this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. I thought what we could do today is make some Christmas tags to go onto your Christmas presents. So I've got here some of these chipboard thick pieces that I've had in my stash for literally, you know, years and years. I probably am not really going to use these now. So I thought, let's, you know, kill two birds with one stone. We'll use these up and make some tags. So I've got here some scrapbook paper, sandpaper. And all I'm going to do is just sand down the top of these because they're chipboard. I don't know whether you can see there, but they've got this slightly glossy surface. So you're going to need to probably, you know, sand that down slightly so you've got like a key for your paper or something to sit on. The other side is also sort of glossy, but obviously I'm going to leave that because that will be the side that I write my, you know, note on. So I'm just going to sand them all down. I will stop the video while I do that because otherwise I know it's shaking my desk around a lot. So I'll be back in a moment. Right, so I'm done. And if you watched my recent Tidy Friday, you'll know that I've got a whole bunch of scraps from my 12x12 papers. So again, I'm kind of trying to use things up a little bit. And I thought these would be perfect to use with some of my bits from my Candied Christmas. You know, just as a way of kind of using some up basically. So let's have a look and see which ones we want to cover with what. I mean, to be fair, I don't really think it kind of, you know, is going to make a great deal of difference. So I haven't kind of given it much thought, obviously, which ones I'm going to be using for what. So all I'm going to do is cut my 12x12 papers down so that I've got some smaller bits to work with. It just makes it slightly easier then for covering these. So put that out of the way, and then let's have two blue ones then out of this one. So again, let's just pop that down there like that, and then we will have this one like that. Okay, put those out of the way. Right, so all I'm going to do now is obviously glue my paper onto here. Now this one you can see has got this kind of eyelet here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round this edge like that, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully it's going to kind of sit on there, and you know, I'm not going to worry too much because it will probably be covered up anyway. So I'm just going to take my, oops, my very messy today for some reason, hold on. Clean the nozzle up of my glue. Okay, right. Let's get gluing some of these down. And obviously you're going to want to be quite generous with the glue. You don't want them kind of peeling off, you know, halfway through. So that's that one. Oops, just got some glue on there. Let me get a dry wipe, a clean one. Okay, so I'm just going to press that around like that. I personally just find it easiest to cover the piece and then trim around. Obviously, if you know, find it easier to actually, you know, trim your piece and then stick it on to size, that's fantastic. I mean, personally, I just, you know, seriously, I'm no good with the whole cutting, you know, to any form of accuracy. So for me, this is definitely, you know, the easiest method. So that's that one. And let's do this one. Now this has got these two little thingamajigglies, so I might just pop those out. Okay. Just go around there. Sorry about the rain if you can hear it. It's one of those days it's just going to chuck it down the whole day. You know, that's what they said on the weather, and certainly that's what it's been doing so far. It's also really dark, so I apologise if it's a little bit on the dark side. I've got my lamp on. I'm never too sure, you know, how nice the lighting is when the lamp's on. Okay, right, press that on like that. Okie dokie, so I'll move that one out of the way, and then we'll just do these couple. So these are going to be the blue ones, just, you know, just for a change, just for something different, and just get rid of that hole. Okie dokie. Okay. Just press them down. I mean, the longest, you know, part of making these is this kind of prep work, really. Sticking your paper on, sanding them down and cutting around them. Once you've done all that, you know, they're just going to be super quick and easy to make them. So, you know, this is the fiddly part. Okay, I just fancied doing something a little bit different. I was then greatly inspired. I think it was Linda. So if you're watching, Linda, hopefully you'll remember telling me this, that you do themes for your gift wrapping each year. Santa doesn't do themes. That Santa just seems to wrap in, you know, bulk rolls of paper that he obviously gets from somewhere nice and cheap and cheerful, you know. But for family presents and things, you know, and other presents, more grown-up presents, I thought, wow, what a lovely idea. I would like to say that I do themes ordinarily. I have to say, no, I do not. I'm a really rubbish wrapper. But you've greatly inspired me, Linda, and kind of made me feel I should up my game, really, with the whole wrapping. So Linda said that this year her theme was going to be brown paper. And I thought, oh, what a gorgeous rustic kind of theme that sounds. So I thought what we'd do is make these lovely tags and make them sort of super cheerful and colourful. And I thought they would look just awesome with brown paper wrapped gifts. That's the plan anyway. Obviously, who knows, they might look rubbish, but we'll try and we'll see how they go. So I just cut around them, and then again, I just then rough around the edge with that sandpaper. Again, this is totally, you know, totally optional. I quite like to do this because it makes it sort of more seamless between the paper and the chipboard. So right the way around. It also helps if you've, you know, miscut at all. I mean, it's not so much a problem for these simple kind of shapes, but I mean for like this flower shape, this is going to help enormously with covering up and disguising my, what is only going to be rubbish cutting. So this is a great way to, you know, get around that. So there we go. Right. So that's that. Let me just wipe the back of it, because now I've put glue all over the back of there, which is not so good. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. So that's that little piece, and I'm going to just do exactly the same with all of the other pieces, including the flower. Now, who knows how that flower is going to look? Probably pretty terrible, but I'm going to give it a go. Again, I mean, you could obviously use your craft knife. I've got to confess and say I'm no better with a craft knife. You know, I wouldn't make a better job of it with a craft knife than I am with the scissors, but I'm going to just attempt to cut around it as best I can. And then my sandpaper, I'm hoping, is going to kind of then be my saving grace and make it look okay. So yeah, but I mean, you know, craft knives obviously might be better if you've got something that's shaped a bit like this, but we'll just see how it turns out. I mean, if it looks absolutely shocking, obviously I won't use it. I mean, not really great at the moment, but I'm just going to go in now and sand around the edge like that. And then where I've got the sort of particularly in parts of those petals, I think what I'm going to do is get my kind of pokey tool and then just poke my paper much more in, if you see what I mean, like that. And then my sandpaper will go in there, and it will hopefully then become much more petal shape or shaped. So just going into each one like that. Okay. So I mean, it doesn't really take very long. It's a bit of a fiddle, but It's not too bad. So, I mean, again, still looking pretty rubbish, but again, hopefully going to improve. So, you know, you can then put your sandpaper right in to those little gaps where we've pushed that paper in now. And to be fair, you know, people aren't going to sit inspecting your tags. You know, hopefully they're going to look pretty at first glance, and so people will just think they're pretty. You know, hopefully people wouldn't be rude enough to say, wow, what a shoddy job you've made of that. Okay, so like that. Okie dokie. That's it. So, I mean, it's coming together a bit better now, and it's not looking too bad. So, again, just trying to get into those little gaps. Like that. That one there. Okie dokie. And then last bit. Right, so again, this one's obviously a little bit tatty now around the back as well. So I just need to kind of neaten that up a little bit. Like that. And then, you know, once it's dry, I mean, obviously while it's still wet, it's a bit dodgy because I might just rip the paper. But once it's drier from the glue, I can go in and, you know, just pick out all of those little bits that are still looking a little bit shoddy. And it will look okay. So there we go. So not too bad, is it? You know, it looks okay. So just go around there. Oops. Perhaps I did bite off more than I could chew. Perhaps this one's not going to come good after all. No, it's looking okay now. Right, there we go. So that's our little flower. And then I'm just going to do the same, obviously, with these two. I'll do it off camera so as I save you having to watch all of that bit. Okay, so I've done a little bit more prep to save you just watching me sort of cut out and things. And what I've got here is obviously my gaps here, which I left just in case, you know, there's anyone who wants to see how I do those, because I know that that's the type of thing that I like to see other people do, because it's just the type of thing that I struggle to do. So I'm not saying that my way is the best method, because like I say, it's an area that I struggle with. But I'm just going to kind of do that with a craft knife, and then I can just kind of get in and just tear that across. And although, again, that looks pretty rubbish, I'm going to then sand that down, which again, hopefully is going to just tidy up those edges. So just like that. Okie dokie. And then at the other end as well, again, just going in, push those out like that. And then I've got a similar thing here with a hole, which again, I'm not going to use my craft knife. I'm just going to take my pokey tool and just then poke through. Oops, just hold it up to the light to see where it is. Poke through where that hole is. And my whole tool goes through there. And then that just, you know, that's made the hole and it looks reasonably tidy and things. So that's, you know, just my methods. Not saying that's the best ways to do it, but that's just, you know, how I find quite easy to do. And again, just going to kind of then sand off these areas here. I mean, again, I'm not too worried, because by the time we've decorated this and, you know, put some nice bits and pieces on here, you know, you're really not going to be noticing these edges too much. So just so long as they're sanded down enough, you know, so as they look vaguely smooth, that's all I'm, you know, hoping to kind of achieve, really. So in there like that, just tear off that bit of excess paper that's coming through. And then we've got that side, again, the same. Poke that paper through, just tear it off. And then I can just get in and sand that down like that. Okay. That's it. Okay, right, so I mean, they're not perfect, but you know, I think they look fine, and certainly I think they will look fine once they're finished. So that's, you know, that's the main thing. So I thought we'd decorate them up, and I kind of cut out the bits that I thought we'd use. So this one I probably want to come actually smaller than this, because of course I've then got those, you know, rivet things which I hadn't really kind of factored in. So I'm just going to see. Yeah, I'm going to just come in a little bit on each side. Like that. Okay, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I mean, to be honest, it looks quite pretty just exactly as it is. I don't even think it really, you know, needs anything. Of course, I will put other things on, but at the moment, I think it's looking, you know, pretty enough as it is. So I'm just going to go around the edge like that. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to stick this on here. Now I want to have that glittered, so I'm just deciding, do I glitter now or do I glitter afterwards? And I'm actually wondering, do I want to go for this green, the green glitter? Oh, it's a tough decision. I can't decide. I think what I'm going to do is, oh, let's just go for it, shall we? If it looks hideous, you know, then it's not the end of the world. So let's just go for this. So just get my glue. Oops. Just going to run the glue around the edge. And you know what I should have done? I should have really glued this on before glittering. Because now, of course, it's going to be wet and I'm going to struggle to actually put it on, but never mind. Okay. And again, I can then just drag my glue out so it's, you know, the entire edge is glittered, hopefully. Like that. Okay, right, let's go for it. So I'm using this green glitter, which this is different to all the other Christmas things that I've done this year. I've steered clear from red and green, so, but I thought these are, you know, the tags for gifts, so I thought the green would really look pretty if I'm doing them in just brown paper. Okay, so how gorgeous does that look? So I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'm going to just leave it kind of with this. Now I'm just wondering, before I do that, do I want to green glitter around the entire edge? I don't think I do. I think I might go for, the glitter glue. So, right, it's going to be a super glittery video again. Honestly, every time I've done Christmas this year, I've been so messy. Well, I mean, as you know, I don't need to tell you guys. You've seen with your own eyes how messy I've become. Oops, now completely missed pouring that in. Oh, dear. Right, oh my gosh. That was really full. I must have not really used the green before. I mean, I've used it perhaps once or twice, but yeah, it's very, very full. So I'm just going to get my glitter glue. And I'm just going to go round the edge. And again, you know, I just get really super messy and just put this on my finger. Oops. And just then go right around. Like that. Do you know, I'm not thinking that's looking very glittery compared to the green, so might have to go in with the green glitter now. Yeah, it's looking very, very drab, isn't it, compared to the green? So, yeah, let's have a rethink. And let's just green glitter this one up as well. So let's go right around the edge again with the glue. I mean, obviously that glitter is glitter glue. So, you know, technically speaking, the glitter should stick to that anyway, but just go around the whole thing. So again, I'm just going to spread it out so it's, you know, right up to the edges. like that. Whoops. Okie dokie. There we go. Right. So again, in with the green glitter over the whole thing. Obviously, my daughter has not been using this green, has she? Because, you know, the other colours are all running low. She's obviously not loving the green. I love this colour. I think it's gorgeous. Right. Okay, right. Just need to dip that into there. Get a couple of more bits. Okay, right. So again, just going to leave this off to the side now to dry. Okay, so that's those two bits drying. Just going to now again pop this in here. Oops, perhaps I should do it over my bin. I think the problem is because it's this long glitter rather than the fine glitter, when you pour it back in, of course some bits are kind of almost like standing on end, and so it doesn't really go in as flat and compact as it came out, or as it was in there in the first place. Right, okay, so that's that one. Let's do this one, because love the look of this one. And what I thought we could do with this one is I received this gorgeous like faux fur, which I have never seen this before, in Happy Mail. And of course, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, I shall have to do some more Christmas projects. So let me just dust my hands off, because they've still got quite a bit of green glitter on. But I'm thinking we could go round the edge of this. So I was going to go around the edge, but then we cover up that flower. So perhaps, in fact, I'll do it on this one instead. Right, now, I've never used this before, so it's kind of wing and a prayer situation here. But I'm thinking just hot glue this down in little stages. So I've got my hot glue, just going to go round in stages. So we'll do the first quarter like that. Okie dokie. Then we'll go in for the next quarter. Okie doke. Oops. Oh my gosh. This is quite fiddly. It was kind of going okay, and then for some reason I seem to have twisted it, and it's not really so sort of running so smoothly now. I've twisted it and made it look a bit rubbish there on the side, but never mind. Okay. And then we just go, again, just the last bit here. We'll do the whole, this whole half now rather than in quarters, because it seemed to make more of a mess when I stopped, to be honest. Okay, right. There we go. So that bit is on there. I'm just going to trim that down. As I say, I received this in Happy Mail, so I have no idea where this came from. I've never seen it before, but isn't it just amazing stuff for Christmas projects? I absolutely love it. It's kind of like eyelash trim, but slightly thicker than eyelash trim. So yeah, absolutely love it. And it's just awesome for Christmas projects. Right, so that's my fairy outline. Oh, now my birdhouse isn't going to go in. Didn't really think of that, did I? Okay, right, let me trim my birdhouse down a bit. Yeah, did not factor that in at all, did I? Okay, it's not too bad. And again, I might just glitter that up. I'm now wondering, should I swap this so as I have a smaller one? No, I think let's go for this one. So I might just have to cut it down a little bit more. Probably be losing its shape completely now. Okay, and then this one here, just like that. Okay, right. And again, I thought what we could do is glitter this one up with, I'm actually thinking silver for this one. Or do I have any white left? I don't have a great deal of white left. My daughters really loved the white, obviously. Look, that's all I have, which is a bit of a shame, but just about enough to do this kind of roof line. So I'm going to just glue this on first, and now of course the glitter is going to get all stuck in that fur, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It will, you know, it will spill out. So oops. Right, that's the top. I couldn't see that little you know, the top of it for a minute. Okie doke. Oops. Okay, so we pop that down like that. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to run the glitter along the roof line. So a bit down here. Oh, lovely, thank you. My husband's just come up with a cup of tea. I'm very thirsty because this is my second video so far this morning, so I've been chatting away already. Okay, so that, whoa, that's my glitter there, and oh sorry, glue there ready for the glitter. Just pour that glitter in. Okay, and then just shake off the excess. There we go. I mean, to be honest, you know, the glitter's very fine on there. I could have probably done with a little bit more glue and, you know, spread it out a little bit more, but I mean, it looks fine. It's, you know, you can see what it's meant to be. I might just have to run a bit more down, actually. Don't want to look stingy with the glitter, do we? So let's just cover the whole roof now. Okay, right. So just move that about, press that in. Okay. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? With a lot more kind of glitter on there. So I'm just going to put that one to one side. Let's pour this glitter back into the bottle, or the little tiny jar. Okay, hold on. Okie dokie, right. So we've just got two more left to do, and these are obviously these nice pretty blue ones. So these again, I thought we could go with the white glitter, and actually I've got a little tiny bit left of the, you know, those long strands there. So I'm going to use those, and I just wondered whether I could put fur on the roof of this, whether it would look like snow. So let's just go down the edge. Again, just using my hot glue because it's just nice and quick. And obviously for things like this, you know, you want it to just glue down instantly. You don't want to be making sure it's glued on. Okie doke. And oh, down along that side. It looks quite full on, doesn't it? So yeah, lots of glitter there. Okay, just trim that down, otherwise we've got like a really glittery roof. So just going to trim it down a little bit more. There we go. Oh, that looks so sweet. Right, and I wonder if we could actually glitter into the snow. That might be a bit ambitious, but thinking let's have that on there. And I think on this one we might want to have something in the background as well. Maybe like a little sprig of holly or one of those little bows. I'll just take a little bow. Okie dokie. Right. Just cut around there. Can't decide now what to do around the edge of this tag. Whether I want to have green or white glitter. So let me just pull in the green. No, I'm going to go for the white. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of see how the green would look, but actually I think it's like a bit of a step too far, to be honest. So I'm just going to glue this bow down. Okie dokie. Oops, come on. I forgot to stand my glue upside down, so it's obviously taken a while to come down. Okay. Pop that there like that. Okay, pop my house on. Come on, glue. Takes a long time to run down, obviously. Just pop that down. And then all I'm going to do is glitter around the edge with this white glitter. And then here in the fur, I'm going to just put some glitter glue. So let's just run some glue around the edge of the tag. Okie dokie. Oops, nearly there. Bit down there. Right, made a slight mess of that, so just go around to the edge. And then I just want to again drag that out so it's going right to the edge, like that. Like that. Okay, right. Let's put our white glitter on here. As I say, this is those kind of long strands glitter. I'm not quite so keen on those, but clearly my daughter is, because there's not a lot left. So yeah, clearly she's loving them. Well, she obviously probably moved on to these once she found that the other one was running out. So right. Just put these around here. This is obviously not the way to do it, but this is the way to do it, I guess, if you're running out of glitter now. Okay. So that looks really, really pretty, doesn't it? And as I say, I'm just going to put a little bit of the glitter glue into that fur. So just, again, dab that on with my finger. Okay, there we go. Bit more. Oh, that looks so cute until I nearly dropped it. Right, let's put that to one side to dry as well. And then we've got one more left. Okay, so I'm back. I've just quickly drunk my tea, and I thought what we'll do is we'll just put some fur around the very edge of this little circle. Now, I'm going to find this quite tricky, I suspect, because it's not the biggest thing in the world. But let's give it a go. Oh dear. Yep, pretty tricky. Oh, okay. Oops. There's that bit. And then we'll just go around the other side. It's literally rained the entire day today. The entire day. Perfect day for crafting, doing some Christmas crafting. Okay, right, so that's that. I'm just going to snip that off there. Okay, let's get rid of my faux fur. Love this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, let's put that away. Okay, so just need to kind of go over there because it's not quite stuck down there. Okie dokie. Oops, burnt my finger. Right, okay. Okay, right. Wow, that's that was fiddly, I must say. Wasn't too bad until I came to the join at the top, actually. And then it seemed to get worse. Okay, and we're going to have that on there. And I thought what we could do is, you know, the lovely dot things that we used through our Christmas project. Thought we could put those around the edge. Now, do we want pink ones or blue ones? Oh, I was going, well, they're not blue really, are they? They're blue-green. But I was going for the blue ones, but actually I'm going to have to go for the pink. So I need to cut these off. I wonder whether I could have just gone round the edge. Let's just have a look. Oh, not too bad actually. Oops. Oops. Now stuck on the fur. I mean, this is maybe a bit of a pearly kind of overdose. I'm not sure. Just see how it will look with this back. I'm just going for the lazy thing really, rather than having to actually individually glue, you know, all of those dots on. But actually they look okay. So yeah, let's just go for those. Okay, right, so again, now I do normally like to put glue as well, you know, as well as the sort of sticky adhesive that these kind of stick on with. However, these are just gift tags. They're not sort of a junk journal, so I'm not expecting these to have to last for years and years, as long as they make it to Christmas Day. You know, that's kind of all that's the issue here. So I'm not going to kind of go too much worrying about whether these are going to stick down, you know, in the long term, to be honest. So let's put that out of the way. Put that pearly thing in the box. Right, then we're going to have just that little one there. And I think, just having a look, for his little dangly. Oops. So I've got this, you know, thin green ribbon, and I'm just intending on gluing that, I think, under there like that. So that should work fine. Okie dokie. So we just then push those two together. And then all I want to do is glue everything down. So I'm going to start by gluing those two ribbons like that. And then we're going to glue our reindeer piece on as well. Okay. Oops, he's a bit lopsided to the ribbon. Oh well, he looks okay. Okay, and I also have some little bows here, which I thought might just finish these off really nicely. So let's just have a look. Do we want it at the top, or we could have it just to the side? It's kind of cute. So let's just do that. Again, just hot glue that down nice and quick. Okay. Press that down like that. Okay, one down. One down. So I'm just going to put that to the side and we'll just complete the others. So again, just got a little bow there, which I thought would be super cute on this one. And what ribbon do we want for this one? I mean, this is not going to go through that hole, is it? No, it's not. So we'll probably have to go with the green because I think that's the only one that's going to actually thread through. Oops. Just need my pokey tool to actually poke that through. Oh, come on. No. Oh my goodness. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Go on, go through. Don't know whether that's even pushing through at all. Certainly not seeing ribbon coming through the other side yet. Well, it must be pushing it through a bit. Okay, I can just glimpse the ribbon coming through. So, oops. Question is, has it come through enough to be able to grab any? Not quite. Okay, well, we're not far off because I just managed to grab a thread. I should probably put my glasses on for doing this because perhaps being able to actually see what I was doing would be slightly better. Let me put them on. Hold on, they're just on my head. Oh my goodness, come on. Yay, right, finally got that through. So again, I'm just going to notch that at the top. Like that. Whoops. Okie dokie. And then we just trim that down. Like that. And again, do we want a little bow? I mean, I just think the bows just look so festive and lovely. They just really finish them off, don't they? So just going to put that little bow down to the side. Okay. Like that. I did also bring these flowers, but strangely enough, I actually think the flower looks quite drab. It's not really a kind of bright, festive looking red, is it? It's quite a sort of drab sort of red. I'll just see whether we want one of those little pearls or anything. Doesn't really add anything. Right, okay. So that's that one. Just put that to one side and then let's bring in the others. Don't know whether this is dry. It's probably not really, but hopefully it will be dry enough for us to actually work with a little bit. So this one's going to go on here. Now, obviously, got glitter galore, haven't I, going on here. So I'm going to move this first because probably the less glittery things, the better for the moment. And for this one, I just want to have those kind of like ribbon bits here. So I'm wondering, do I want the red or I've got this green? Let's just have a look. Oh, the green is quite nice, isn't it? Or do we think that's kind of like too much green then? Maybe it's a bit too much. Maybe it's too much, yeah. Okay. Seem to have glue stuck all over this ribbon, so let me just trim that piece off. Right, move this out the way. And then I'm just going to cross this over like that. Now, of course, you could staple here, to be honest. I mean, I like staples. I know they're not really everybody's cup of tea, but, you know, I think staples are really quite cute and quite fun. But, of course, if you don't want to, you know, you could just then glue them down like that. And, you know, I guess, you know, if you were giving the present to a child or anything like that, at least then you don't have to worry about them stabbing themselves on the staple. So, yeah, glue's perhaps the better option after all. And then this side, just have this one. Oops, okay. Just then a little bit like that. Okie doke. I probably should have cut the ribbons in this way, I think. That way does look a bit better, doesn't it? So I'll just go back in and do redo these ones. I know it really isn't a big deal, but okay, right, so that's those. And then again, bought some ribbons or some bows and things like that along. So I'm just going to place this here. And I also thought maybe some buttons would look really quite cute on these ones. So let's just have a look and see if I've got anything kind of slightly festive in the way of buttons. I don't know whether I have got anything festive, to be fair. But let me just have a look in my... I always try and keep, you know, a handful of buttons just here for using. So I'll just see if I've got any. I mean, a nice red one would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Oh, and by luck, I just happen to have a little heart. Whoops. That's quite sweet down there, isn't it? And then, oh, that's quite sweet. Yeah, okay, right. So let's just glue this on. Now, again, because my glitter is not really quite dry, I'm going to hot glue this down because then I don't really need to be pressing it. Obviously, I would normally have, you know, wet glued this down, but it's just because I don't want to handle it too much because of the wet glitter. So, you know. Okay, well, it's not too wet actually. It's drier than I thought. Okie dokie. That bow, or I've got this one as well. I don't think this is going to be vibrant enough, to be honest, but oh, it's quite sweet. Yeah, I don't think it's quite, you know, don't think it's quite got the bright enough thing going on. So just then glue that one down there like that. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to have that little cute heart, I think, on there. Just in the corner. Looks sweet, doesn't it? Right, okay. Dab that glue that's coming through the holes. Dab that off, hold on. Oh, come on. Oh gosh, shouldn't have started, should I, with that? Okay, so that's that one. And then the final one, just pull it over. Again, I don't think the glitter is 100% dry, so I have to kind of be slightly careful in how much I'm handling this, but again, that's too thick, which is a shame. I've got the green. That's too thick as well, I think, so that's a bit of a shame. Right, let me just go back to my ribbon drawer and see what other ribbon I've got. So hold on a moment. Okie dokie, right. I have got, oh, I've got this pale blue actually, which is quite pretty. Keeping it very snowy looking with the blue. So let's just, oops. Thread that through. Okay. Oops, I'm just going to snip this down so as I don't have to go right the way through. Okay. There we go. Just pull that tight. Okay, so that looks cute, and again just trim those couple of bits off there, and then I wonder if this little ribbon will look any good on this one. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks quite sweet at the bottom, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just have it down the bottom, I think. Okie dokie. Put that down there like that. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's see how those tags would look. So what I've done is I've wrapped up a box just with actually some brown paper bag, because I haven't even, you know, I haven't even done my Christmas shopping, let alone bought paper or anything to actually wrap some presents. But I've brought along just a box that I've wrapped in a brown paper bag. And then all I've done is tied some, you know, red twine around, baker's twine around it. So then what I thought you could do is just attach your tags like that onto your parcels. How cute do they look? So sweet, aren't they? And, you know, of course, then if you wanted to, you could always put just the odd little sort of decorative piece on your parcel as well. You know, I've just suddenly seen I've got these little labels and things as well. So, I mean, if you wanted to kind of then do something a little bit more as well, you could always have, you know, these kind of stuck on your parcel as well. Really cute, aren't they? So that's that one. And let's just have a quick look at the others. So that's that one. Then we've got this round one. You know, and you wouldn't have to use twine if you wanted to use ribbon or something. You know, of course you could use that too. I mean, but they're really cute, aren't they? You know, and again, I mean, I could do with probably having that ribbon a lot shorter, but just something a little bit different. And I thought actually they're going to be really fun to put on my Christmas presents. So then just do this one now. Isn't that so cute? I just love it. And, you know, you could then have, for instance, this. I've got the little postage stamp bits. And what you could even do is put your postage stamp on and then stamp it. Excuse me. Stamp it with a faux postage stamp, you know, mark. How cute does that look? That looks such a lovely parcel, doesn't it? I mean, as I say, it helps because this is just a square box, of course, you know. I'm not sure how it would look with some sort of ruggedy, you know, big bulky toy, but I mean, they're just really cute, aren't they? Now, the only other one is this one, which of course, you know, your writing surface is this side. So you could either like thread this through, again, probably I would use ribbon rather than the twine, because then what you could do is obviously thread this through. Oops, I've got it the wrong way around. But you would thread it through, you know, one side and then out the other side. Oops. And then that would, you know, you could then tie it on and it would lay flat onto your parcel like that. Or you could actually glue this onto your parcel, but you could attach a little hangy tag or, you know, for instance, a little postage stamp. You could just have hanging off that with a little eyelet with your to and from on there. So, you know, you've got sort of plenty of options and things like that. I mean, I just think they're super cute, aren't they? And yeah, just something a little bit different for your parcels and your Christmas presents this year. So I hope that you like them. Had great fun making them, and obviously it was nice to be able to use up a couple of my chipboards and things like that. So yeah, hope that you like them, and maybe it's given you some inspiration. Thank you so much, and thank you, Linda, for the inspiration in the first place, obviously with the brown paper for the presents and things. Yeah, and thank you so much for watching. So hope you all have fun if you decide to make something similar, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.